and welcome to the Laundry Chat podcast, a place where we help each other sort out life's laundry. I'm your host, Myron Marko, and today we have a guest that is very near and dear to my heart. It is my brother, Myron, and I have been, honestly, ever since I started the podcast, I have wanted him on to say some words to you guys. He is 17 years old, and when he was 16, he started his own donut business called Holy Donuts. So me and Myron spent that summer, our whole family actually spent the summer, building the trailer, getting things ready, but it's Myron's business completely. I do his social media and kind of managing and marketing and all of that fun stuff, like videos and photos and stuff. So, me and Myron have kind of been like a duo ever since that summer, and it has just been one of the greatest things that I've ever been a part of. The way that he views dreams and the way that he isn't scared of them like I am, and I'm sure most of you guys probably are too, is just really inspiring, and we talk a lot about that. So we talk, yes, a lot about donuts and dreams. And I'm excited for you guys to hear and listen. And I hope that this inspires you in some way to take even a small step towards whatever your dream is. So as you listen to the interview, I'm sorry if the intros and outros are kind of weird. We had a rough start getting started, or at least I did. And then kind of at the end, I wasn't sure. I'm just not very good at ending things. So we'll end this right here, though, and we'll just get right into the interview. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi.
I'm so glad that you could be here today, and I'm just really excited for everyone to hear what you have to say. So
I'm excited too.
I guess let's just jump right into just tell everyone a little bit about who you are. Just look a little bit about you for people who don't know you.
I am a senior at Amory High School. I'm 17 years old. I own a business called Holy Donuts, and I sell donuts in boats of 7 in different flavors to people at different events throughout the year. This is my job. I don't have a normal job, per se, so I own my own business, and I work on that instead of sports and, normal people stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome. I guess, so question that I ask every guest, you're number 2, every guest that I've had on, I ask them what their favorite thing to wear is. As in, what's your favorite thing about yourself currently?
Favorite piece of clothing?
No, what's your favorite, it's clothing in quotes, but more in the morning, a characteristic about yourself that you like to put on. Whether it's kindness or Rachel had said durability.
I'd say maybe humor.
Humor?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know. I thought you meant clothes, but yeah.
Well, what clothes would you say?
Probably sweatshirt. I was ready for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Actually, Myron, you're the one person who you probably make me laugh the most out of anyone I know, honestly.
I make myself laugh.
Yeah, yes. So anyways, what, you kind of got into it, but what's your mess right now? What's the biggest mess in your life?
What?
Holy Donuts, basically.
Yeah, Holy Donuts.
Yeah.
That's true. Besides school, yeah, Holy Donuts. Well,
yeah.
School isn't a mess, really.
Yeah.
It's not a mess. But yeah, Holy Donuts, trying to figure everything out and, make it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, where did your love with donuts start?
Probably my taste buds. I've always liked them. You know what I mean? I've always liked donuts, so that's really, it's really that simple. Sorry for ruining your question, but I can't really think of, they're just my favorite breakfast food. Yeah. And I guess, if you want this kind of a backstory, we used to go to work with my mom to Anderson Furniture, and it was really early, and then we'd go to the bakery beforehand, and I'd steal quarters out of the jar on our laundry, on our dryer, because there was change from all the pant pockets, and then I'd take the quarters and then buy extra donuts at the bakery, other than the money my mom gave me.
Oh.
So I'd get like 6 donuts.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, and you always like the ones with like custard inside too.
Yeah, they look like eggs. They had white glaze and then custard.
I hated those. It was so gross.
Oh, they're making a comeback.
I guess like not every like 16-year-old like just starts their own business. Like that's just not a normal thing for people to do. So kind of how did that start? Like kind of like what kind of led you to starting the whole business in the first place?
Well, yeah, I didn't want a normal job at Dick's Fresh Market, which is where I was going to apply, or McDonald's, or anything like that. And I wanted to do something fun, because I was 16, so I only played baseball, I think. So I wasn't in very many sports or anything, so I had to find something to do also. So I was like, a job would just be boring, but it would make money, but it wouldn't be, something to do, really. But if I did donuts, then it's like kind of a hobby at the same time as making money. So it's kind of like, takes care of two things. And
Yeah. I guess, so I remember Mom telling you not to start Holy Donuts. Like she like specifically said, like, I don't think you should do this. Like, and I remember she said something about like, she didn't think you'd be able to like follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
What like made you keep going? Like, why did you like not listen to Mom?
There's probably half proving them wrong.
just because
Dad's always like, like you won't actually do it.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it on the porch, and he'd be like, yeah, but this is never gonna happen. And I was like, yeah, right. So then we just kind of like, it just kind of snowballed, and we kept improving on it, and it was like, oh, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of like advice that you told me about when you like went up for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you like go a little bit on that of like?
Yeah. I don't remember what I said.
Or just like kind of like how that like relates to like Holy Donuts, because like you kind of like it started on not started with wrestling, but that was one thing where it kind of reminds me where you just wanted to prove Dad wrong.
Yeah,
almost. Like,
yeah, kind of like that. Like it sounds bad, like Dad's an awful person.
I know.
It's not like that.
Yeah, because honestly,
like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like drive to do something, kind of. I don't know. But wrestling was fun. I liked wrestling, and I'd probably do it again. But I have donuts and stuff.
Donuts are better than not eating anything. So yeah. So what has been your favorite part of this whole donut business thing so far?
I should have read these questions before. There's so many parts. I'd say, well, this kind of changes this question, but something I probably take for granted is not having a normal job.
Yeah.
So it probably would be my favorite part if I got a normal job, but I don't realize that it's my favorite part because it's what I've always done is donuts, so I don't work as much. So that probably is my favorite part, obviously, because nobody wants to go to a normal job and make, only $8 an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
But otherwise, my favorite part would probably be creating the donuts and making new flavors. That's probably my favorite part.
Yeah. Go into kind of like what it's like being your own boss, because that's like I feel like a really big like perk that you have.
Yeah, it's a really good big perk, but it's probably like the most difficult part because it's like you have to schedule your own work and nobody wants to work. You know what I mean? So it's like if I schedule an event, then I have to work. So it's like you don't want to schedule events, but then again, you do want to schedule events. So that's like probably the hardest part of being your own boss. But then it's the best part because if you want to go somewhere or you want to take a weekend off to do something, then you just don't schedule something then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty.
And especially being in high school, it's not like you have to.
Yeah, it's not like I have to.
Yeah, that's awesome. So along the way, being your own boss, owning your business, like with events and stuff, what are some like mistakes that you've made that kind of have stood out to you that you've like learned from?
I don't think anyone's ever asked me that. Well, I'd say fixing the trailer the first time when the wheels were broken, we probably should have brought it to somebody that knew more about axles. Or, well, we brought it to someone that works on like farm equipment and tractors, and they weren't really specialized in welding, which is what we needed. So we spent like $1,000 on something that didn't fix it because we went to somebody that, yeah. And then we went to the right person afterwards, and they fixed it for like half the cost. So that was a mistake that lost us money. But I don't know if we've had very many mistakes.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's been either, it's been a good experience either way or exposure.
I think, more of, at least from what I like, more of like the technical stuff has been like just stuff that we've learned, I guess. Yeah. Like you said, like axles.
Yeah,
like,
and there's always, it's just like,
electricity.
Yeah, it's not really mistakes, it's just improving. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like we've had a huge blunder or like, some public, like, awful, like,
where all the donuts are like,
yeah, we haven't had anything like that.
That's, thankfully.
Good.
We're still holy. We're still holy donuts.
Don't worry. No scandals here.
So I guess you would be an entrepreneur. Like, that's what you are, which is kind of cool.
I just learned how to spell that word.
You know how to spell it? Ooh.
Yeah, never mind. Don't listen to me. Spelt that word.
So you kind of went into a little bit, but I'm going to go back into, like, what are some qualities that entrepreneurs need to have in order to be, like, successful and to be, like, profitable and to grow?
I'd say probably... I feel like I'm not qualified to answer these questions at all. Probably, like, drive to... They have to actually, like what they're doing. You know what I mean? If they're just tossed into, like, a family business that they're growing or something and they don't really care about it, then, nothing's gonna happen, really, or nothing big is gonna happen. So they have to have drive to do what they want and, expand what they're working on. And, yeah, I'd say problem solving, too, because obviously everything is your problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like anyone... I mean, people can help you, but ultimately it's your problem and you have to fix it. So yeah,
especially like when you're it's you at an event or something.
Yeah, it's like it's what, like, if the trailer doesn't work or something, but it helps if you have a lot of people that support you, so you can rely on them. That's
true. So going back to kind of like reality, like you're still in high school, you still have like annoying teachers and well, good teachers too, but and you still have homework and like a life to live, like games to go to and you know, fun things to do. So how do you balance like having a business, like, and also just being a high school kid?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I should take more advantage of like being a high schooler because people will think of it as more impressive that I'm a high schooler. So I should be like, right now is when we should be getting even bigger because it's more, people find it more interesting. So like if I was 20 years old or like 25, people aren't going to think it's as cool. So I feel like now I honestly should be spending less time at school because it's a good time for the business to grow. But then again, I don't want to waste that time, in high school, so it's difficult. But right now, it's probably more time at high school and spending time with my last year of high school than doing donut stuff, especially in the winter because there's not much that can be done.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can schedule a lot of events for summer, and then, Yeah.
That's good.
I forgot the question, kind of.
Like, how do you, like, balance everything? Like with, like, mainly, I guess, homework, probably.
Yeah, I'd say homework. Well, I have work experience on my fourth block. So, and I kind of took my senior year is not very difficult. So I don't really have very much homework. Or I get it done during school. So it's not that big of a deal, really. But other than, like, games and hanging out with my friends, that's when I spend more time outside of donuts.
So speaking of donuts,
oh wow,
what is your favorite donut? Just to give like if like, people are listening
like
who
holy
haven't,
donut or
like yes, holy
or just donut.
Holy donut, yep.
My favorite flavor that we have is probably Maple Mountain.
Is it really? That's my I thought you liked the orange.
Oh,
the orange
I forgot
dream.
about that one.
Yeah.
Summer, I like Orange Dream. And in the fall and winter, I like Maple Mountain for sure.
Mm-hmm. Explain to like people who don't know Holy Donuts or who aren't following Holy Donuts or like anything like that or had a donut. Like, how do we do our flavors? Like,
how we make the donuts?
No, well.
Oh yeah, we have seasonal rotations, like that.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how it happened really. Actually, it just kind of happened for luck because we decided that we're gonna have 7 donuts in a boat. Because that's how many fit in the boats we bought. So we did that. And for fall, we kind of had our 4 base flavors that we first started making, which was sprinkle, Butterfinger, cinnamon sugar, and powdered sugar, just kind of normal donuts. And for the fall festival, our first event, we decided that we wanted fall donuts, to go with the theme. So we made maple, apple crisp, and like a fall rub that has sugar on it and stuff. You know what I mean? Like fall fest.
A fall rub.
Not really that.
I was like, what?
So we had 3 seasonal donuts, and then for spring and summer, we broke out. We couldn't have the same kinds because that would be boring, and it doesn't go with the warmth. So we made orange, key lime pie, and raspberry lemonade.
Yeah, and those ones we had like a contest too. That was pretty.
Yeah,
fun.
we had a competition to see who could think of the best donut flavor, kind of like the Lay's potato chip thing, but ours was significantly bigger. So, yeah.
It was pretty fun. So I guess, I don't know if I want to jump into this, but I think I will. How do you, like, maybe I already asked this, actually, but how do you believe in yourself? Like, what is, like, your mental, like, what you go through in your mind when you're, like, thinking, like, because we have 2 trailers now, so that was kind of even, like, kind of a big thing, like, and, people thought, I'm sure, like, well, that maybe it's, I don't know, and you probably or did you doubt yourself about that, or do you doubt yourself, or how do you, like, work through your mind when you're,
I don't know,
like,
I don't really doubt myself, but I think it's kind of, I don't know, I feel like you just like know you're gonna get it done. I don't know. Like, I was worried that we wouldn't get everything I wanted done for Fall Fest. Like, the trailer wouldn't look perfect, which obviously you want everything to get done. But I knew that it would be done just because like it has to. You know what I mean? Like, we already have the spot, so the trailer has to be done. So you just kind of say that I don't know. It's kind of like mini goals of today we'll do this, and then you plan it out in weeks. And then you just do it.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
So you never, like, you don't really often doubt yourself?
Not really, no. I feel like things go well most of the time.
Yeah.
And if they go bad, it's just, you just recover.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you do it right.
Do you, like, is there anything that you, like tell yourself, like, at all? Like, like, something that you say to, like, help you keep going? Like, in your, like, you know what I mean? It's like a phrase or anything, or a verse, or you know what I mean? Like, how do you? I don't know. This is like amazing to me because like I'm so not that. Like, if anything, like it's like complete opposite. Like I doubt myself more than I like believe in myself, and then you're like the opposite.
I don't know. Yeah, it's so hard to think.
It just comes naturally. I guess.
It just happens. I don't know. Like, I just don't. I don't know if doubt's the right word. Like, I get nervous for things, but I don't really doubt that it won't work out. Like, I get nervous that, like, it'll turn off.
Yeah, it only goes to, like, 26 minutes, yeah.
Oh. That's okay. So they lose? They don't see the rest?
Well, we can turn it back on.
They lose. They lose. Sorry, YouTube viewers, you lose.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
What were we talking about?
Just about how you, you were saying you get nervous. You don't really.
Oh yeah, like I'll get nervous that like it'll take me, like something will go wrong or I'll forget something. I doubt that I'll remember everything. But I don't. But like the big picture, I don't really doubt things like that. I just think that if I want something, that you just keep trying. Yeah. And then you just keep going.
Yeah. So, to someone who out there who's listening, who has like a dream of, not necessarily donuts, if they want to be like an artist or they really want to start a blog or, if they want to go and, I don't know, start their own, any kind of business, whatever it is, and follow their dreams, what would you tell them? How would you, like, encourage them to go and do that?
I'd say to do it, obviously. That's a topic today, as you can see on the board.
Well, sorry, podcast listeners, you can't see the board, but...
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
That's a loss for you guys. Check out the YouTube channel. But, yeah, I'd tell them just to do it because that's kind of the purpose of life, is to do what you want. And everyone talks about how they don't want to be at a job they don't like their whole life. So you may as well just go after what you want to do right away. And even if it doesn't work out, you know what I mean? You still are doing something you like. Mm-hmm. So some people aren't in the best situations to do that, you know? Like, we're very fortunate that we have, you know, a lot of opportunities, but I still think people should at least try so they can tell themselves they have, and they know that they have, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was, you had told me, and I don't know if you'll remember, maybe I'll just say it if you don't remember, but, like, because you had, like, encouraged me, or, like, you, like, sent me a text, like, and it was about, you brought up, like, the wrestling thing, and you had talked about, like, an expert and how many times it takes to...
Yeah, like 10,000 hours to master something. Yeah, I don't remember, I'm a lot better at typing things and thinking them through.
Yeah.
And remembering exactly what to say on the spot. But, yeah, what did I say?
You said... I don't know, I have it written down somewhere because I wrote it down, but, yeah, it was just basically, like, oh, yeah, it was after I shot my first wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, don't give up after, you know, just one, like, you've only just started, and, you know, anyone who does anything, you know, it takes 10,000, hours to be an expert at something, and you've just had, like, you know, a few hours or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's ridiculous to think that you should be good at something right away, especially, like, with Holy Donuts, looking back at what we used to do and, like, the stupid, like,
I know
processes we had to making donuts and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's probably, like, the most fun part is starting out, honestly, and having the bad times or, you know, the slow or, you know, the parts that don't go well. Especially, like, I'm doing my research paper on entrepreneurial stress and, like, the impact of it. And it seems like a lot of, like, the big name people that are making, like, millions of dollars and have huge companies don't enjoy themselves as much as they did when they were, you know, smaller. I think, who was it?
That's interesting.
I read something on Spotify, how they have those little squares about the authors, or not the authors, the artists.
Oh, yeah.
And Ed Sheeran misses the days where he was, like, broke and making songs in his, you know, house with no money.
It would be less stressful.
Yeah, a lot less stressful, and it's more rewarding because you're not on top and you're fighting to be on top.
Yeah, and, like, people expect so much out of you, like, when you're,
Yeah, so no one gets there right away, but it's kind of the journey that makes it what it is.
Yeah, and like you said, definitely worth a shot.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Ed Sheeran didn't think that he was going to be Ed Sheeran,
you know? Yeah, exactly. You may as well try and see if people take on to what you're doing or really like it. And even if not, you know, you don't turn out to be huge, you're still doing what you like and stuff. Yeah. Whether it be making something or whatever. So, yeah, I think anyone should do what they love.
Yeah, I agree. My friend... Josh, if he's listening, hi Josh, he told me, like, you should just, like, go and do something, and then even if it fails, you just come back, and, like, you went and did it, and there, you know what I mean, there's no, like, really loss from that, like, because, and other people didn't go do what they wanted, you know, so you didn't lose anything, like, you just went out and did it, and I don't know, he said it in better words than I can,
plus you have the experiences of doing it, so it's like, no experiences are really awful, especially if you're doing what you like. If it fails, then you did what you liked, and if it didn't work, then you just go back, like he said.
I guess, well, maybe, I still will ask this, even though, like, we maybe kind of, like, we talked about this topic a lot, but I think it's good, because, but, so what is, like, the first step in following your dreams? Like, other than, like, just doing it. Like, if
doing it.
like, because, holy Lord, think back to, like, what you did, or if you know, maybe, like, when I was, like, starting, kind of, like, figuring things out, or anyone, like, what would be, like, the first step? Like either like mentally or like physically, like what you do? Or...
I'd say probably like setting goals on what you want to do,
That's a good one, yeah.
And making them bigger, because if you don't really have any, then it's hard to do stuff every day because you're not really working towards anything. So set a goal, but don't make it too crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that's reachable in a short amount of time. Like for donuts, I think we had that first event at WAPO that we scheduled while we were building the trailer. So that was kind of like a small goal of having an event for the first time, which is it's actually really small compared to what we're doing now. It was just a tiny event and the trailer wasn't even done. So I'd say keep making more goals for yourself and just keep completing them. That's kind of what happened with Holy Donuts. Is it was like I said, a snowball effect where you didn't even realize it was really happening. You just kept achieving things and kept going to more events, and then soon you're like, oh, we need more. We need another deep fryer, or we need more people in the trailer, or we need another trailer, and it just keeps going like that, kind of.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like that. So set goals. That's good. Well, actually, I was gonna ask you, like, what is like your goal right now? Like, either like big time goal or like kind of shorter one, or both, whichever one you.
I'd say big. I think I already sent it to our family group chat, but hopefully I can pay for college with Holy Donuts, and especially this summer since I won't be in college yet. So this whole summer I can kind of have for donuts, and I guess the other summers too, because I'll have them off. But this summer in particular, hopefully we can book a lot of events and go to more of the town like festivals, because Fall Fest is really big, but then there's all the surrounding towns, so we can go to those, and hopefully I can make enough to be debt free in college. And then and yeah, I think probably the Polk County Fair this year, possibly. That's kind of tough though, because they already have donut people, but we can probably convince them. So those two things probably.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's exciting. Why do you think that dreams are so important?
I feel like life's kind of like dry without them. Like, I don't really remember very much before Holy Donuts. I feel like
who were you?
I don't know who I was, really. When I remember times when Holy Donuts wasn't a thing, I'm just like, what? Like, how wasn't that a thing?
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, honestly, when they come more true and they become part of you, they're even more important, I feel like, you know what I mean? Because that starts to become what you do. But, yeah, it gives you something to look forward to and try to achieve that's not just normal stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like one of the things that has been like really like with Holy Donuts for me, like just like seeing how it affects like everyone else, and like I don't want it to be cheesy, but like everyone gets so excited about it, and just seeing people like kind of come around it and like I don't know, just be together and support it, and
it's really cool.
It's cool, yeah. So it's not even like dreams. I feel like aren't even. Like, they're your dreams, but then they kind of become other people's dreams. Yeah, they inspire,
like, other people, too, to they help other people realize that they can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I guess, okay. When was the moment that you knew that... Oh, okay. I wrote this question because it was the last question I had wrote. And I don't know if this is the right way to word it, but, like, so when you were kind of starting out, like, when Holy Donuts was barely, like, a thought, when did you know that it's, like, what you should do? Like, when were you, because, you know what I mean, in the beginning, like, you're kind of like, you know, I don't know, like, just kind of, like, it was barely anything, but when did you know, or, like, how did you know that it's what you should do for sure?
I feel like there were, like, so many people telling me that it was a good idea, and that it was such a cool thing that it's like, well, no one's ever been this interested like in things I do. And it's pretty, I don't know, I didn't think it was that cool, but other people really did. And then I started to take more interest in it myself, I think. In the beginning, I was obviously motivated and interested in it, but I didn't realize, like you said, about how much people care about it. So that was kind of when I realized that it's kind of a big deal and people actually care about it. So then I care more about it, obviously. And then also it was really fun just making the trailers, and everything about Holy Donuts is fun. So yeah, I obviously want to have fun. So you just keep doing it because who doesn't want a fun job? And to make it bigger is even more fun. It's just all fun.
Yeah, so much fun.
So much fun.
It's nothing
not really
bad ever.
Yeah, it's not really work.
Oh my, that's I feel like I was gonna I guess I don't want to I don't mean to be repetitive, so I hope it's not too repetitive. But so through doing Holy Donuts, you've obviously grown, as, I mean, even from being, 16 to, 17 now, you've grown a lot. It's actually, and it's in kind of subtle ways that are kind of big.
Yeah.
But what have you learned most about yourself throughout this whole thing that's good? We'll do a good thing and then a bad thing about yourself.
Well, first.
Whichever one you can think of.
Oh.
Whichever one that you know.
I'd say good, probably confidence-wise. I'm more confident now than before about mostly everything, I guess. I feel like I can achieve more because I've seen Holy Donuts grow, so I know I can do things that are bigger than me. You know what I mean? And I had another idea. What was the question again?
What's the thing that you've learned about yourself throughout this whole...
Oh yeah, probably I've improved also on confidence with talking to other people and communicating in general, because that's probably the biggest part of running a business is talking to other people and having good interactions with them. So that's definitely improved. Along, confidence kind of goes with that. So yeah.
And a bad thing? Or something that is a weakness that you found?
Through Holy Donuts?
Yeah. Or just through owning a business.
Probably sometimes you feel really motivated, and then sometimes you don't feel motivated, and it's figuring out how to be even motivated all the time, where you get the feeling where you want to start working on something, and making it grow, just the business in general, and then other days you just kind of forget about it. But yeah.
So it's okay, actually that's really interesting, because I know how I felt that, I feel that all, you know what I mean, where you're
literally all the time.
So it's normal.
I think it is normal.
It's just,
or it's in our blood.
Because I think that too. It might be.
Because it's I forget about Holy Donuts, especially. It might just be because it's in the winter, you know.
Yeah.
And I have school, so I'm either doing school or someone wants to go to a game or something, and then I don't think about Holy Donuts for a day or something, and then I'll go outside and I'll see the trailer and I'm like, oh,
there's a donut trailer.
That's actually really cool. I should definitely work on that more. You know what I mean? So that's kind of something I need to work on. Yeah. I kind of need to set aside time for sure to work on it, or I don't know, some process.
Yeah, because I think actually, it might have been in a podcast that I talked about motivation. I've heard this a lot, where motivation is kind of a lie, sort of a lot of times we don't always, you said, you don't always have it.
No, I don't think it's possible to have it all the time.
No,
I don't. Maybe, but I feel like those people are faking it.
Yeah,
people that are constantly motivated. I don't know. Maybe you could definitely improve it.
Yeah.
But you're not always motivated towards your goals. Sometimes you don't feel like working towards them. But then that's obviously why everyone can't achieve their goals. Otherwise, everybody would be achieving everything all the time. So that's what you have to work through.
How do you work through it?
I'd say taking advantage of the times when I am motivated. You know what I mean?
Just doing double time.
Doing a lot then. And then when I'm not, just telling myself that it's you're just being wasteful, kind of, and lazy, and then you just feel pathetic. You know what I mean? I don't know. A lot of times I think of Hunter. Yeah. Because I feel like he's one of the most motivated people I know.
That's our cousin, by the way.
Yeah, Hunter Marko.
He's is it the top 10? What is the U of M in wrestling?
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're in the Big Ten
So
conference.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah,
so
he's a wrestler at the U of M.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think of Hunter sometimes, most of the time, and yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
I'm Hunter
can do
is wrestling big boys and getting getting all sweaty and physically exhausted, and all I'm doing is just, doing something, sending emails, so I can work more on Holy Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Hunter.
Yeah, we love you, Hunter. Yeah, you make us feel all pretty
insignificant, Hunter.
Yes, thanks for that. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to end on, I guess I don't have any questions, so I guess we'll end on, if you, again, like, to the person out there listening, what would you tell them as the final words of, like, to kind of encouragement, of just basically one last thing that you want to say about anything that you want?
I'd say if, like, you're out there and you're not doing what you like, or, like, your life isn't where you want it, kind of, you should consider switching things up. Don't just stay unhappy and don't not do anything and just wait for it to change. You should try to do what you want, even if people say that it can't happen.
Yeah.
Those are my final thoughts.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams, everyone.
So I guess, where can everyone find you after this? I'm sure everyone is wanting
people
some donuts right about now.
To my social medias.
Oh gosh.
So you can like our Facebook page, so we can hit 1,000 likes. I think we're at like 960 or turning the camera on. Is it working? I think we're at 960 likes or something like that. So
26, I think 926.
Oh, really?
Likes,
I thought we were higher. No, we're higher than that.
Maybe, okay, I don't know.
But yeah, you can like our Facebook so we can hit 1,000 likes.
And that's at Holy Donuts, Wisconsin.
At Holy Donuts, Wisconsin, or facebook.com/Holy Donuts, Wisconsin.
Or, yeah, Holy Donuts WI.
WI,
yeah.
The abbreviation. And then you can follow us on Instagram, which has our highest of quality pictures. And that's, the handle for that's at holy.donuts.wi.
Yep.
So follow us there, and we can hit 1,000 followers there soon, too. And then if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Myron Marko with 2 O's at the end. And on Twitter with 1 O, just Myron Marko. But Instagram has 2 O's. So follow me there, and you can add me on Facebook or message me if you want. We can talk donuts or our business. If you have some business ideas. Yeah, that's all of them.
I think it's all of them too. I was like thinking, but yeah, no, I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's about. Yeah, I guess we just did it.
Wow. I can't tell how long it is because it's all seconds.
No, it's like, yeah. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much, Myron, for sharing your thoughts and journey and everything about Holy Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Hopefully we might have you back on the podcast at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I hope, like, if there's a demand.
If there's a demand. Back. Yeah. Smash that like button if you want me back.
But yeah, so I know. Oh gosh, I always am so bad at like saying goodbye. I never know how to say goodbye. I guess I'll just say, if you like this podcast, please give it a review, or like a rating. I don't like to ask that, but it does like help with like people finding it and stuff like that. So give it a review or stars if you like it. Share it if you know someone who is kind of like starting a business or doesn't know where to go, or wants to get out of like McDonald's or something. Nothing wrong with that, but so yeah, be sure to share it. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I feel like there's something more like better to leave it off with, but I can't think anymore. Yeah, I guess we'll just see you in the next episode of the Laundry Chat.
Yay!
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I might have to redo the ending. I'm like, I might just like scrap this because I have no idea.
Yeah.